Let's talk about the latest Instagram algorithm changes, how they can affect you, and how you can actually use them to crush your Instagram strategy in 2020. Whoa, welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, Dominators. My name is Dominic. We talk about Instagram marketing, social media marketing, building a brand. We talk about whatever. Anyway, today we talk about the latest Instagram changes. And usually if I'm like, okay, there's gotta be some Instagram algorithm changes or Instagram updates, the first thing that I do is I hop to instagrampress.com. And, if you just go there and just read between the lines, you can actually see where this whole ship's heading. You can actually see what they have in mind. And one specific buzzword that I see all over the place when I go there is, we're trying to keep Instagram safe. We're trying to keep you safe. They have more systems in place. They figure out newer and newer systems to keep those people safe, to keep them safe. Basically, Instagram is a safe haven. It's a perfect social media platform. At least that's what they... Anyway, so if you hop onto instagrampress.com, the first thing that you see is about a month old. The latest press release is about combating misinformation on Instagram. And obviously, it's about keeping people safe, making people safe, because it's so unsafe on Instagram, right? But anyway, what they say is we want you to trust what you see on Instagram. Photo, video-based information is increasingly a challenge in our industry, something, we have been focusing on. And here's the thing, and this is the big news actually here for this video. They've implemented a feature where they have third-party fact checkers behind this whole thing. Basically, there's people there, they take a look at the content and they flag it. They're like, either, okay, it's good, then there's no flag, or they give the content a flag, which means you're gonna see this kind of button, which basically means before you see the content, you see this whole overlay. It's false information, reviewed by independent fact checkers. See why. And, naturally, if you think about it, in its core, it's a very good thing. Why it's actually not, I'll tell you in a second. Anyway, they said that they are going to label the content. These fact checkers are going to label the content, and that they also have some image recognition software behind that to actually expand that and to trigger and to find some content that might be fake news, for example, or might be false. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't only come down to these fake news things about other things. One big thing, what a lot of people said in the past weeks, was that even Photoshop content is being flagged as false information at some points, So, all the Instagram models and all the other people that do face app and stuff like that. By the way, I did a video a couple of months ago with an AI software that lets you figure out which images were being doctored with, which not a lot of people watch. So, first of all, click the video and watch that. Anyway, so if they figure out, and they're gonna figure it out by, as we can see down there, if we scroll down, they determine which content should be sent to fact checkers for review. We use a combination of feedback from our community and technology, which is basically the image recognition software. It's basically what I always say, they take a look at your content, they keep track of what you do, they see what's in there, and if there's some sort of sex thing in the background, I don't know why you would have something like that in the background. But if, let's say, in Europe, there's these conventions, sex conventions, it seems like somebody's coming in. What are you up to, huh? Bringing me a muffin?
Yeah, man.
Amazing. I got a muffin. Anyway, I already forgot what we talked about. We talked about sex conventions. So, for example, in Europe, if you walk around the street, sometimes there's these billboards in the background where it says, okay, sex convention, February 20 to 23rd, and stuff like that. And according to this news here, and this is what I've always said, the recognition algorithms, they detect that, and then they might send it further to fact checkers. And here's the thing, my friends. You think that these algorithms are always right? I think that there's certain levels of these trigger mechanisms. Let's say, let's just say they know what's up. And if they see, okay, it's a certain point, it might be super wrong or super fake or whatever, or super over the top, they send it over to the fact checkers. Now, here's the interesting thing, though. There's also been one post that made the news about, let me just check it, a post with colorful mountains. Just an artistic, it's basically an art picture with colorful mountains in the background that obviously don't exist in the real life. I'm sorry to break it to you, but these things don't exist. But the algorithms plus Plus, a third-party fact checker actually flagged that as fake news kind of in a way and said, that's wrong, that's fake. These things, consider, watch out. This party's trying to manipulate you by showing you that there's colorful mountains like in a cartoon. Well, in my opinion, these things kind of go a little bit too far, if you ask me. I mean, don't get me wrong. First of all, fact checking, especially in times like these, is very, very important, especially with the fake news, especially if people spew hate and stuff like that. But then, first of all, they have even 2 steps: the image recognition and then a third-party fact checker. And then there's somebody coming with an artistic picture and they're like, well, fake news. It's a yellow, green, red mountain. Take care. And here's the thing. If they're being flagged as that, you have no chance of getting to the Explore page. You have no chance of ranking in hashtags. So another thing, by the way, which I didn't think about before, is that image recognition does trigger your chance of being featured in the Explore sections or in the hashtag sections. So, while I do think this is a good measure from the outside and on paper, I just think Instagram, they're just trying to get some internet points. And because people see, all right, I look at the Instagram press site, it's all about, making it safe for people, combating, hate and all of these things. But in reality, it's faulty. In reality, it doesn't bring a lot of value to the table other than, people seeing them and saying, right, Instagram is amazing. We're doing so many good things in this bad social media world, in the bad place, and seeing, as other social media platforms are emerging right now, we're the safe space, we're the safe haven. So come to us. So if you ask me, this is what they do right now with these things, because they're just faulty in a way. Anyway, another short thing that I just noticed that's been happening on my Instagram account. It's not on all of the Instagram accounts yet, but on my Instagram account especially, the IGTV icon on the top right corner next to the DM thing, it's just gone. It's not gone. I don't see it anymore. I didn't find a method to actually go to the Instagram TV, to the IGTV Explore page, where basically you go there, you find new content, and kind of like the TikTok homepage or something like that. It's gone. I don't find it anymore. I've had it. My guy here in the background, he doesn't have it anymore, but the other guy in the other background, he still has it. So they're trying to do some split testing like always. But just so you know, you can kind of see where the direction's heading. Probably they gave up on IGTV in a way for this vision that they had initially, where they're like, yeah, we're gonna create a standalone app, we're gonna create a standalone feature thing where people go. Obviously, that never happened. Obviously, people never went. And it kind of feels like, they're not actively trying to push it as hard anymore as they used to. Seeing as right now, I only get to IGTV if somebody shares it in their feed, and then I click on the, continue watching thing, which is obviously not what they intended when they first had this huge press release thing where it was like amazing. And I tell you, I thought the same. I was like, amazing. It's gonna be the next cool thing. But that's what I said to Google Plus as well. Well, anyway, so as a concluding statement of this very video here, I have to say, unfortunately, with Instagram these days, you're gonna have to play by their rules. You might like it or not. I obviously don't like it, but play with the rules. Their detection software measures that are there to make it safe and make it a better user experience. Actually, that's not how it works right now, or that's not what it really is. But if you want to become friends with the Instagram algorithm and all these things, play with the rules. Try not to be too edgy in a way. Right now, I'm sorry to say that. I don't even want to say that. Actually, I don't want to believe that. Let's open this nice thing that I got from my very, very nice employee. Just see how easy life is with a knife like this. You have a muffin, you can't open. Obviously, just 1 second, it's open. Thanks. Bye, my friends. Bye.